Up next on the Midlife Mafia podcast.
One of the popular things in high school was to wear scrubs, like medical scrubs.
Did you go to a medical school?
No, and the funniest thing was it was Chicago, so it was like 5 degrees below zero, and everyone's wearing these scrubs.
The sidekick.
Oh my God, it flipped up with one finger. I was like so cool. I was like, wow.
I would leave my house in clothes, and then I would stop at Kmart, and I would buy a completely new outfit of like some clothes, and I would wear those.
Kmart had clothes?
Yeah.
Welcome to the Midlife Mafia podcast. My name is Christy. This episode, Throwback Nostalgia.
Hey, I'm Marietta, and we're going to bring it back old school.
Way back.
I'm Elle, and I'm so excited. This could quite possibly be my favorite episode because, truthfully, I still live in the past.
And she's been talking about it all week.
I know. I talk about it all my life.
Still has the clothes.
The Midlife Mafia is an experience geared towards women over 40. We're going to make you feel powerful, confident, and enlightened about the person you are and what the future has in store for you. We're three very different women putting the Gen X spin on midlife. We're talking about all kinds of things like hormones, empty nest syndrome, and maybe some things that mom forgot to talk to you about.
Mm.
In this case, some things that we showed our parents because it was our trends back in our day. Midlife is a time of change. It's a time of reflection. Most importantly, though, it's a time of growth. It's a time where you can use your past experiences to help you guide your future because you've done things, you've learned things, and you can bring that knowledge going forward and make your decisions. You got a lot more life left to live. So live it with what you've learned and make it fantastic. So today we're talking about the past.
Let's start it with fashion trends.
Yeah. Oh.
Baggy jeans,
Tie-dye clothes.
stretch pants with 3 pairs of socks,
Yep.
skippies.
Leg warmers.
Oh my God, leg
Skippies,
warmers.
right?
Doc Martens.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Doc Martens have ever gone out of style.
No.
I
Well,
would
they're
never wear
popular
that.
again now. so
Yeah,
I
my
guess.
kids wear them.
I wouldn't wear them now.
I actually still have
Well,
clothes.
you're old now.
I still have clothes that I bought from back in the day, even though I just did a major cleaning out of my closet and got rid of 4
Very proud
garbage
of you,
bags
yeah.
full of stuff. I couldn't get rid of some things from the 80s, like the shirt I used to wear all the time.
Oh, by the way, Elle, Tony the Tiger called. He's looking for his shirt back.
This top has seen so many good concerts. Scorpions, Monsters of Rock, Iron Maiden. This shirt was there. It used to actually be paired with parachute pants, and I also had a parachute skirt, but I lost that and ended up coming home
Thank
with
God.
sweatpants
That
from
was very
Wisconsin.
tiny.
Yeah.
I was
But-
going to say, when you wore that, were you in it?
Yes, I bought this. This was one. Actually, I bought this on Melrose Drive in Hollywood, California. So to me, like it was like a huge thing because
Was
I
it
actually
fitted?
bought it at the thing. Yeah, it's fitted to this. It was on a rack with a whole bunch of ones like this.
Little skank.
So that was one of the things. I also have. These were not quite my style.
Thank
Please
God.
don't put them on the table.
It's bad luck.
Okay.
Bad feng shui.
These were not my style. My sister, and you guys are younger than me, so maybe you were very into Madonna.
Yeah, but I would never
was.
dress like her.
But when
Oh, my
Madonna
sister
was
did.
wearing those, I was probably just out of diapers.
Oh, well, my sister, it was funny because my sister used to go, like, we'd go to a barbecue at my aunt's house or something, and my sister would wear these and 10,000 bracelets and 4 pairs of gloves and 8 pairs of socks, and she would do the whole Madonna thing, like, at a picnic. And everyone else was wearing shorts and a t-shirt because she was so into Madonna, like bright red lipstick. She was, yeah.
I'm
That
going to
was
do you a favor and let's check those today.
No, I love these. I don't even like Madonna back in the day, but these are so, indicative of my youth.
That's
So-
some kind of word. I hope you don't get banned.
Only if you say it the wrong way.
Oh, God.
What else do I have? I have my Def Leppard t-shirt, and everything old is new again. So actually, my Def Leppard t-shirt isn't the original Def Leppard t-shirt that I got at the Def Leppard concert, because now it's all back in style. Everyone's
really?
wearing. Yeah, if you wait long enough, if you age
Yeah.
long enough, everything will be back in style.
Walmart brings those brands.
Yeah,
back
they
and
totally
those
do.
brands.
But I remember some trends that I don't know. See, I don't know if you know these trends because I'm older than you and I grew up in a different place. So I don't know, if there's a disconnect. But one of the popular things in high school for a while was to wear scrubs, like medical scrubs. And at the time, you couldn't buy them in a store like you can now. You had to know someone who worked in the hospital to get them. So, I knew someone whose dad worked in the hospital, and he got me a pair of scrubs. And literally, like half the kids in school would be wearing scrub pants and a scrub top to school. And you were like the coolest thing.
Did you go to a medical school?
No. And the funniest thing was it was Chicago. So it was like 5 degrees below zero, and everyone's wearing these scrubs, freezing your butt off. But it was a really, that's one of the fads I remember. And then there were bow blouses. They were like these blouses, and they buttoned up the front, and they had like a tie around the neck, and you would tie it in a bow, and they were called bow blouses. Those were a big thing. And then lastly, I would like to mention the friendship safety pins. I don't know if you guys had those.
We had the friendship safety condoms. That's what we had.
You took a safety pin and you put a condom onto your pants.
Oh, that's what
like
you guys
TLC,
did?
yeah.
Right.
Too bad nobody taught us how to use them.
Pacifiers.
And that was Tommy.
Christy did during her public service.
It was community service.
Yeah, community service. No, but there were little safety pins, and you would put tiny little beads on them, and you would give them to your friend, and you would put them on the top part of your shoe, where the straight lace goes across. You would clip them, and so if it was all full, you had like lots of friends and stuff, and so those are just some.
Oh my God, I would have so many.
It's kind of like when we were younger. It was like the JanSport.
Yep.
And the JanSport, you would have
the little things
on the
yep.
side. They were like little bracelets, and that was very popular. And people would steal them off each other's bags and stuff, though.
I guess that's the thing, because even now kids are going around with stuff on their backpack.
And my kids had the la-boo-boos.
Yeah, it's like I guess you've always got to have something.
Yeah, I guess.
Thank God my kids are grown.
No, but a JanSport came with the original. When you buy it, it comes with one.
Mm-hmm. So
like if you got a bunch of other, and then Band-Aids we used to put. Remember, it was like character Band-Aids used to go on your bag.
Yeah.
Really? Character Band-Aids?
Yeah.
We were kind of stupid.
No, I love all this stuff. When I think about all this really cool stuff that we did, and okay, maybe it's not really cool, but it was such it brings me back to a time. I guess I had a really good childhood, and I've lost a lot of people way too soon in my life, like my dad. So it brings me back to a time when I had him, and when life was much easier, and I always loved being a kid. So all these going back to all these fads and everything is just it's
nostalgic.
Really, yes, it makes me feel really good. It makes me feel really good.
I think we had a lot of different weird trends. I'm sure we can name 1,000, but
Yeah, but
I think I regret half of them. So,
do you?
When I see pictures, I'm like, it's not like great.
I mean, the worst thing I really ever worn was like baggy jeans. That was it. What?
Worst.
Yeah.
What about some games?
You strike me as the video type.
Well, yeah, I loved every video game. Atari, ColecoVision, Game Boy, Nintendo, obviously.
I just love Super Mario Brothers and Pac-Man.
Pac-Man, yeah. I mean the games itself, but you just bought me an Atari for Christmas, which is super cool.
Yeah, that is.
And I really liked video games. I liked a lot of I guess when we were starting to get older, older you consider 10 to 13, right? Mm-hmm. At the time, I think everything was starting to be digital.
When did the Commodore come out?
Oh, the Commodore 64. It had to be. I don't know.
We had to do a fact check because I have to see that.
I want to ask you guys: Did you go to arcades? Because we had an arcade by my house called
we had one.
The Whiz.
We had one by Caesar's Bay. It was called More Fun.
Yep, and Sheepshead Bay.
Sheepshead was Fun Time.
Yep.
Right.
Arcades were like the place to go, and they used to have. I used to go because all my friends would go, but I was horrible. You know how good I am at DraftKings? That's how good I am at video games. I
love video games.
I would sit there, and all I would want was my frog to cross the street. Okay. All he had to do was cross the street, and then he had to jump on some logs and get to the other end of the pond. And I had anger management issues because my frog, if I was lucky enough for him not to get hit by a truck on his way, he would inevitably get eaten by an alligator. So I didn't have as much fun as a lot of other people at the arcade.
So we played with things. Oh, and I have to show my other toy, Rainbow Bright from Maria Gannon. I said I was going to put that on.
Oh, I loved her.
Yeah, dolls.
Got some stuff. What about you, Marietta?
Oh, I used to love Light Bright, and I mean, I really wasn't. I mean, well, I liked my little Easy Bake Oven.
Oh, that was great.
And Color Forms was my
Yeah.
favorite. I used to love putting them on the little stand. I mean, I always loved board games, like, you know, like Chutes and Ladders and.
Remember Mousetrap?
Yeah, it took you 4 hours to
set
build
up.
it, and then by the time you finished building, everybody stopped wanting to play it.
No.
But there was so many games.
And
back
a lot
then.
of them have stood the test of time. Like you play Scrabble, still you play Monopoly.
Boggle.
Yeah. Although my sister-in-law refuses to play the Monopoly with the credit card machine.
I will not play it.
You know what? Honestly, it just was such a freaking long game, but
Yeah.
it actually made me want to be a realtor. So it did its purpose when I was younger. Yeah.
You bought all the properties.
I bought all the property. I loved it. No, I wanted Park Place and Boardwalk.
I'll be honest, like the Monopoly with a credit card makes absolutely no sense. And I have that game table, the affinity table, and you can play every board game digitally. You could just place it on the table.
That is so cool.
That is cool.
I bought that one year, but I will not play Monopoly on that.
Like
it's like I gotta feel the money. You know, you can play any other game, and you could play like Sorry. You could play any game. They have
we
shoots
used
and ladders.
to play Sorry
everything.
so much. That has stood the test of time. Yeah.
So many things. I mean, I remember when I was younger, I begged. Like one of the things on my Christmas list was Mall Madness. It was a game, and it was like electronic, and you shop around. Like I loved it. I wanted to have it. I did get it from Santa, but you know that was like one of the
You
my
must have
number
been a good
one
girl that year.
I was good. That was great.
1 year out
That
of
year.
her life.
Do you remember? Did you ever play the game Mystery Date?
No,
No.
you were telling us, but I have no idea.
Mystery Date was a board game, and you were a girl, like a teenager or whatever, a young woman and you would have cards that you would have a certain outfit. Like you would get random cards and you would put the outfit together. And then when you landed on a certain square, you would have to open the door in the middle of the game. And in the door was a guy, and he had to be wearing the matching outfit to what you were wearing to win.
When was that game?
Was it a real guy?
No. Yeah.
wish.
It was a real guy. He was this big. He was
Well, that's
but
a
it was so funny. It was it was such a sexist game when you really think about it, but it was like it had a door in the middle of the
I thought you were like talking like Spin the Bottle or something.
Yeah, no, I still play Yahtzee, and we play for
I thought
money.
you would say you still play Spin the Bottle.
No. No,
And I was gonna have a problem with that.
I'm 47. There's almost
You and Roscoe?
Me and Roscoe. Me and Roscoe, you little bitch. Yeah. By the way, fact check: Commodore 64 was released in 1982.
Oh God, I was a baby.
I was 4.
I wasn't
I was
into video
3.
games. But one of the things we did in high school, I don't
We
know.
had one.
Did you guys do the midnight movie? Did you have midnight movies in Brooklyn?
We had a life.
Yeah.
No, but like it was one of those things they played either Song Remains
You
the
had
Same.
like a drive-through too, probably.
Drive-in movies, yeah.
Right. Yeah, well,
we had-
we didn't.
We had midnight. You tell your parents, "I'm going to the midnight movie." They would either play "The Song Remains the Same," the Rocky Horror Picture Show, or Pink Floyd "The Wall," and you would go, and they were always sold out. And whether you went or not, you always told your parents that's where you were going, so that you could stay out till 4 a.m. Because if you went to one of these movies, that's
She
what
grew
they...
up like in that Brady Bunch kind of scene.
What?
That's what it
I
sounds
think
like.
more like the Happy Days.
Like
What?
Like you had things. Well, we don't have drive-in movies here, and I think we had Midnight Bowling. I would say Midnight Bowling.
Cosmic.
You didn't have drive-in movie theaters?
Where?
Yeah, I guess this is more of a community.
To the gas station?
Yeah, this is more of a public transportation kind of place.
It looked like this my whole life.
Yeah.
We had the Walker Theater.
We had a lot of. I'm sure there was midnight movies. Sheep's Bay, I'm sure had midnight movies.
I don't know.
I mean,
It was like the place
oh, we
to
said
be.
we were going there, but
Right.
we weren't there.
It was the
yeah,
place
I
to
mean,
party, to go and party.
Remember hiding your clothes behind somebody's house and going out to get dressed?
That was just it.
I would leave my house in clothes, and then I would stop at Kmart, and I would buy a completely new outfit of like some slutty clothes, and I would wear them.
Kmart had slutty clothes.
Yeah, they had like these tank top corset things with some
Isn't
small
it like
skirt.
Martha Stewart?
What?
Kmart, Martha Stewart.
No, Kmart cheap $3
Well, Martha
shirts.
Stewart and Snoop are a thing now, so sorry. She knows what to wear.
Once you went to
Martha, call us. Actually, Snoop called us.
She looks like a lot of fun.
She does. So does Snoop.
Yeah.
I would get high with Snoop.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
That's what everyone...
You get high?
I don't, but I would with Snoop.
In those
He's so much
midnight
fun.
movies, that's all you
sound
did.
like
It was like a big cloud of pot smoke, and you would try to watch the movie, and you really couldn't, but that was a fun thing to do,
Don't inhale.
There was a lot of things that we used to do. I mean, I stopped at 15, but other people kept going.
You didn't stop.
I did.
Not completely, though. You
No,
went out.
but
You had to take a break for
I
other...
You had to have some time to
I took
yourself.
a little break from the fun life. But, I mean, we did things. We went bowling. There was Maple Lanes. There was, I always went to Maple Lanes.
How about, did you have a roller rink? Because we had a roller rink.
I would like to say the roller rink was where Lowe's was, like where Marshall's is now. I could be wrong.
Wait, where's Marshall's?
On 18th, under the L, like where the L starts.
Oh, 86th Street.
Is that where it was? Because that was
There was a
theater.
roller
That
rink
was
there?
a theater. That was definitely the theater.
Really?
That was a movie theater.
Right, definitely.
That was the Lowe's Theater.
Right, but I think it was a roller rink. I could be wrong.
I don't remember. I did it a couple of times and then I fell and they say once you get off the horse you got to get back on. I never got back on. I don't like rollerblading, but
So the best was when you would tell your friends, like, I'm going to meet you. You'd have to make plans in advance. I'm going to meet you at 8:00, at this corner or this part of the roller rink or whatever. And you'd make those plans in advance and you'd get
Well, how
there.
would you? So tell me about life without cell phones. 'Cause
Right.
How would you call
You would-
anybody to tell you where they are?
You would speak to them and make the plans. On the corded
How much
rotary phone.
was a phone call from a payphone when you were younger?
A nickel.
I think it was 20 cents, 15 or 20 cents.
Oh, it was
The cheapest ever was 25. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was the cheapest
I don't
ever.
remember any.
But you would say, I'm going to meet you here. Especially they had stuff in Chicago, the big festivals like Taste of Chicago, and you'd all go, and there's like literally millions of people there. I'll meet you at Buckingham Fountain at 2:00. Well, you get there to Buckingham Fountain at 2:00. It's a big, and you try to be specific on where you'd meet the person. And you would be there and you wouldn't see them. You'd walk around the fountain and you wouldn't see them. There's no, you could find a payphone and
Why didn't you just ask the prince?
Oh my God.
You know what I find interesting about that is that you couldn't get in touch with them. So that must be amazing for like dates, like when you didn't show up.
Right.
Because you need that phone to yell at them. You need that phone, and
So many people
I would've
probably
went
got
crazy.
stood up because you didn't know how long
I'm sure
to
many
wait.
people got stood up, but and you'll
what if they
never
got
find them.
right,
You'll
if you-
never find them.
If you got stuck in traffic, you couldn't call to say you were running late, so the person would wait for you, and then you had to figure out how long you were actually going to wait and invest in this, commitment that you had, and eventually you would either give up and go home or
5
just
minutes.
party by yourself. You'd have to wait
and
at least
those
an
were
hour.
considered safer times.
You'd have to wait at least an hour because the person could be running late.
An hour.
Yeah, I mean, an hour.
You would
had
wait
no
an
way to
hour
get
for
in touch.
somebody?
Yeah.
You would be having dinner by yourself.
No, you'd be waiting for your
That would be
friends.
one some
I always
fucking
gave them the
day.
benefit of the doubt. Like, there will be there, and they would be there sometimes, 20 minutes late or whatever, or they'd be on a different
Didn't you all
place
live in
than-
the same area?
But we went everywhere,
Well, Buckingham Fountain is very big.
It is. It's in Chicago. It's in downtown Chicago. And
No, but I mean, like, you were going to meet somebody new, or you were going to
no,
meet like your
our
regular
friends.
Oh, I thought you were talking
No,
about
so like if
a
I was
blind
going
date.
out, like we would all meet up at somebody's house and go.
Yeah, because you got a pregame.
Yeah, sometimes, I mean,
Definitely
sometimes
pregame for
you would-
hours.
Sometimes you would do that, or there'd be like three of you would go in, you'd go in groups of three or whatever, but you didn't all go together because maybe you didn't live, close. You had different modes of transportation.
I guess
to get
we all
there.
lived close to each other. So that's
Yeah, so we
And
would
I
meet.
guess we're different than Chicago because I understand what you're saying. We didn't have phones, so
we
if you
lived
all
like in a
met-
20 block.
If you didn't have phones, how would you all met? Plus, if you had a lot of your parents, who knew what trick you had to pull to get out of the house?
Right.
And you had to stop at Kmart to get.
Close.
But I had to borrow my mom's car, and actually, when I just saw my mom, she reminded me that I went up to her and I said, "Mom, do you know your car goes faster than 85?" Because the speedometer only went to 85. And she keeps bringing that up. She just brought that up 2 weeks ago.
Well, she hasn't forgot.
Right. I'm like, obviously she was traumatized. I was like, I don't even remember that. I mean, I'm sure it sounds like something I would say. I'm not denying it. But, you know.
I blew a few transmissions on my parents' cars.
I drove my father's Saturn into like another car in the snow, and he said, "You shouldn't drive in the snow." I said, "I got this." I went to make a turn. I went, pow, backed up and kept going. I left a note.
That's insane.
I learned that you had to, and this is what I'm telling my kids. I learned that you have to, even though I drove everywhere, you have to dress for the weather. I had a job where I wore shorts and a t-shirt. It was at a sports bar kind of thing. And so I would just wear shorts and a t-shirt in the freezing, because I'd only be going from my house to the car, to the thing. But then one day I ran out of gas. So I'm walking along the side of the road in a snowstorm in shorts and a t-shirt. And, you know, you had to walk till you found a gas station. And then this guy pulled up behind me, and
she lived in the middle of nowhere.
She's like in East Bubblefuck.
No,
it wasn't. Bodies were missing in your area
on the highway, you know. And this guy tried to pick me up in the car, and I'm like, no, I'm not getting in the car with you. He's like, I swear to God, he goes, I can't sit here and watch you walk in it, you know, a t-shirt.
But that's when they unalive you at some point. Sometimes,
right? So my
I think we're taking a podcast trip to Elle's old area.
Do they have Pizzeria Uno in Chicago?
It's only for tourists. We don't really eat there.
It's okay because we're tourists.
Right. There's so much better pizza. There is so much better pizza than that.
This area doesn't sound like they have nice hotels.
They actually do.
Maybe we could stay at the Buckingham Palace next to the fountain.
It's too bad that people from New York don't actually get to go
No,
anywhere.
we just like to break your chops. It's easy.
Yes, and it's fun. It's fun. So I can't live without a cell phone. I couldn't live without a cell phone. I mean, obviously we did, but once the cell phones came, once you got your hands on one, you always wanted to upgrade. But if you notice the times, like the time differences, cell phones back then weren't really as much as what they are.
But I don't remember
God.
back then wanting to upgrade like the iPhone now.
Oh, I do.
Like right now when it comes out, like everybody's like, gotta get it.
Yeah.
I mean, and the companies make it super easy because they're like traded in, and it's like.
But I want you to look at the phones. They look identical to each other. Back in the day, they came out with different phones. Like it was.
Yeah, they were all different.
It was.
I always wanted the
sidekick.
Oh my God! It flipped up with one finger. I was like so cool. I was like. Wow.
But before that, I wasn't really into it. But I know Christy probably used a pager.
The BlackBerry. Oh, no. So I had a two-way pager, a regular beeper. Yeah, everybody, that was the thing.
You needed a beeper.
I didn't want anyone to find me. I didn't want a beeper.
Well,
that's like having a tracking device.
That's how, see, then we would say 70th Street on it. Like, there would be something that, like, we would know what street to meet our friends on.
Mm-hmm.
I needed one because I couldn't be left out. I did that then, I do it now.
You still need one.
I don't like to feel left out.
Maybe you'd know how to work it better than your phone.
I don't remember using a payphone though.
I don't like
anytime.
Well, that's what you would have to do. Someone would page you, and then you'd have to go to a payphone and call them back.
No, because they would page you of where you're gonna meet. Like they would say 18th Avenue, and you knew what spot.
That was like the first
to.
text. That was like the first text messages were on the beepers.
I remember it.
I loved it.
No.
Two-way pages were actually a little different. Two-way pages, you can go on your AOL account, IM.
Oh God.
Yeah, we knew. We were cool. We had everything.
Yeah, so like it flipped open and it was a little pager, but you had buttons to text and stuff like that. But the bad thing about it is like not many people had them.
No, they really didn't.
Right.
They had to get me kicking and screaming to even get a cell phone because they tried to give me a pager when I was a cocktail waitress. And I was like,
gave me one too.
I was like, no one needs a gin and tonic that bad. You can walk to the bar. Like seriously, who pages a cocktail?
But they want
waitress?
to call you into work,
right?
That's
so
that
why
was,
they wanted
and
it.
actually, I think from what I remember, and I was pretty young when pagers came out, but I think it was like a marketing thing that they would give them to different businesses to get them to become.
I tried to not. My dad did too at his work. He tried to not take it.
I mean, it was cool, but I mean, life before cell phones, I don't know what I would do without a cell phone.
Now, but before cell phones, we used to do what everybody should be doing.
Paying attention to each other.
And playing outside.
And meeting people in the
talking.
bus or whatever. Yeah.
I'll stick to the cell phones.
Me too.
There's actually...
I like to be antisocial. When you don't want to see somebody and you're like...
I read that college students are having a problem meeting each other because they're just texting with their friends from high school. on the
What do you
campus.
mean, like meeting each other?
Like, you go to college and that's a good place to meet other people. But now they're not being social. They're sticking to who they already know and texting
like
them.
college that you go home, not college.
No, college that you live in. They're
No,
My son
having a
has so
ball.
many friends. He's living his best life.
That's
You better
good.
behave yourself. But he's living his best
He's
life.
living his best life, is right.
And
That's
he has a
good.
lot of friends, and he actually is never really on his phone because every time I call him, he doesn't answer me.
Right, he goes out a lot, you said. So, I mean, he's enjoying himself and he's getting good grades, so whatever. It is what it is.
Imagine from our parents' perspective, they had no freaking idea where we were.
I do believe the dating scene's a lot different now. I think it's a little difficult.
It's hard for somebody, I feel, now with all the computers and everything to actually meet somebody. It's very hard right now, I feel.
The
Like,
personal
Right, you
connection
don't want
is lacking.
to, right?
really.
You think you're dating when you're talking to somebody for
Right.
like 3 months.
And then it's like AI.
Yep.
Today for the Menopause Minute, we're going to talk about in the 80s and the 90s. That was actually when hormone replacement therapy was at its highest point because there were about 65% of women in menopause were on hormone replacement therapy. That was before they had tied it in with these fraudulent studies to breast cancer. They actually started using progesterone back in the 80s because that would help with ovarian. That would thin out, your ovaries so that didn't thicken up. But in the early 2000s, they did these studies and then they ended up putting a black box warning on hormone replacement therapy. So as of last year, only 5% of the population was actually doing hormone replacement therapy. So maybe now that the black box is off of the hormone replacement therapy, some people won't have to suffer as much.
Good to know. Good to know.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the Menopause Minute.
Well, what about back in the day, home life?
We didn't even have a microwave. I remember when we got it. My mom was a holdout.
Well, I could live without a microwave.
Yeah.
I can't.
I barely use mine.
I use mine all the time.
Just put a pot in the stove.
Yeah. But a microwave, when it first came out, it was like, wow. I took a home ec class and we had a microwave in the home ec class. And she taught us how to use it. It was ridiculous.
I remember you telling me to make the potatoes in the microwave. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like they're in a cup?
No, instant mashed potatoes. Put them in. Put the water in a bowl. When it comes out, you mix the potato flakes.
I'm like, no, I'll just use the pot.
Baked
Because
potatoes,
my kids
though.
eat them out of the cup.
Oh, little mashed potato cups?
Yeah, little mashed potatoes, like little mac and cheese
I know
cups.
what you're saying. Yeah. No.
So I thought that's what she was talking about. I'm like, how many cups am I going to use to make this pie? I'm going I'm going to have to go to BJ's to get the case because I'm like, what is she talking about?
No.
That was my favorite thing.
I actually made them really good yesterday, and I never make those. Just so you know.
With the little cups of mashed potatoes?
No, I made the potatoes for the top of the pie.
She
her,
made
her recipe.
We both made chicken pot pie yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And normally mine's very good and hers was very good. And I must have been on the phone working as usual and I tripled the salt. And you
She
took a
kept
bite.
on, but when she said the recipe to me, let me just add, she kept on saying, add salt. Add salt. Every step, add salt. And I'm like, wow, this is a
But
lot of
there's
salt,
really
so I
only-
didn't add it.
There's
you
only
know, like
two
I didn't.
steps.
No, you kept on saying add more salt.
No.
Add more salt. Then when I sent her a picture of before I put it in the oven,
I said add paprika.
it was on there.
Yeah, but just a little.
It looked pretty.
I like a lot of paprika.
I'm gonna show Amanda mine. My mother got the second one, so that's why I didn't bring it.
My mom was big on pot pies, but she
That's a very
had
good
banquet.
idea.
She didn't make them from scratch. She used banquet. My mom worked all day. Both my parents worked all
What are
day.
you talking about? Scratch. I bought a ready-made chicken, rotisserie chicken.
A rotisserie chicken.
She told me to buy
frozen
bird's eye
vegetables,
frozen vegetables,
a can of cream
and
of mushroom
Idaho
soup.
yeah,
And
great
instant-
recipe though. I have to
instant
say,
mashed potatoes.
right? It's instant, so not homemade.
Right.
Well, it is homemade because you made it at home. You didn't. You didn't take it out of the freezer and put it in the mic.
I kind of did. Half the ingredients was whatever.
One.
Anyway, they ate the entire thing.
But I
So
like
I'm
making
good.
baked potatoes in the microwave. That was my favorite thing because it's an hour in the oven, really, for a baked potato, and it really takes so much less time in the microwave. So that's what I mainly used it for. But yeah,
But the home life being different, where we actually played outside and stuff like that.
yep. And we talked on the phone for hours, but we had one phone, and it had the longest cord known to man, and you'd have to follow it, and you'd find the person in a closet somewhere with a long phone cord, and we'd get screamed at. Your friends would hear you get screamed at. Get off the phone! I'm waiting for a phone call.
Do you remember like when the phones came out, like in-house phones? Everybody wanted the clear one with all the gadgets inside. Where you could see the inside of the phone. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
It was the iridescent one.
Yes, it was.
my
It was
God.
like the coolest thing. You
I
had
had,
to
like-
have it.
I had a 40-foot wire.
Yeah, the cords kept getting.
You just have to go in. I mean, my grandmother still, till years like before she passed, had the rotary.
Yeah, and it was
I
like
could never use it.
once
like-
the cord was tangled up enough, you just had to throw it out because there was
Yep.
no. You just had to get a new one because it
There
was.
was
My
no
mom was
untangling.
mostly on the phone, so I never really got a chance.
Nobody was on the phone in my house. I was always on the phone.
Well, then the internet came along and that used your phone.
And then my mother would kick us off.
Do you remember that noise from AOL? Oh my
Well, that
God.
sounds like a dying cat, but that's besides the point.
That was a noise.
You've got mail.
We need to take L to sound effects school.
Yeah. So, I have to do it. Places to eat. Where we going back to?
Well,
One of my favorite places was the Ground Round.
oh, me too.
The what?
The Ground Round.
What's that?
Well, it was in Staten Island Mall here, and then they had like the baskets with the fries, and then you watched the old classic cartoons.
They had like the ones
And
that
they always gave
by me
popcorn.
was sawdust on the floor, and they gave you free popcorn and
Free
peanuts, and
popcorn.
you throw the shells on the floor.
Not peanuts. I don't remember peanuts in ours.
Well, the peanuts were from. They used to have it at that. Remember, you guys went there once. The restaurant with the steakhouse. Oh, come on.
Oh yeah,
we just went there,
just went
Roadhouse,
there,
when we
yeah.
were Christmas shopping.
Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah.
They used to do the peanuts all over. They would give them to you.
Yeah, that place was filled with peanut dust.
Yeah, we always did the ground round for peanuts, but
I never heard of the ground round.
The Ground Round was good. That was. I mean, it was. I'm pretty sure it was in the Staten Island Mall. I was pretty young.
the problem with the ground round was that they used to walk around with like a ventriloquist would walk around and stuff like that.
It was kind of a cool place.
And my dad hated that stuff. So like the ventriloquist would come to our table and my dad would like knock him out with some like phrase like that he said right away, and he would like his joke was funny when
I
he
don't
would shut
remember
the guy
that
up.
with us though.
Oh, God.
So I guess that was another thing that was different in Chicago.
Well, I remember my dad got paid every 2 weeks, so every 2 weeks we would go to Ponderosa Steakhouse.
Another place we never heard of.
Ponderosa. It was kind of like the Sizzler. You lined up and you took
Nothing
your
was
tray.
like Sizzler.
You took your tray through and you ordered your thing, and they
Yeah.
gave you a little number and you put it on your table. And my parents would sit at a different table than the three of us because I would eat the mashed potatoes like Baby Alive. Remember Baby Alive? She had it. So I would eat the Jello
Scary
like this,
that doll was.
and it would go all over my face. And my mom.
She was
said-
making a weird face for those who were just listening.
Oh,
to
yeah,
it.
I was
can't
eating-
believe she just did that.
I was eating because I would eat like Baby Alive because Baby Alive's mouth just went up and down, and you just like put the spoon in her. That was the whole big thing, is that she used to be. You did change
She looked
her
like
diaper.
grandma with no teeth.
Well, my thing was stealing all the pickles from the salad bar at Roy Rogers.
Oh.
My favorite thing,
Rogers.
and the Vegas Diner.
Where was,
That was
Roy
the
Rogers?
There was one on 86th Street. There was one.
What's there now? Wendy's? It's in Caesar's Bay.
Yeah, there was Roy Rogers was over there, but now it's
Caesar's Bay's
Wendy's.
now on 86th Street.
No, but I meant Cropsey. I'm sorry,
Bay Parkway.
not Cropsey.
Well, kind of, yeah, but Bay Parkway.
Yeah, but we always called it Cropsey. That's what I
It
was.
must have been your side of Brooklyn.
That must have been. We were on the same side, asshole. I can't. But anyway, I don't remember a lot of things, but Roy Rogers was there, and I used to steal the pickles.
So what about, in Caesar's Bay entirely? So
I
you
heard
can-
there was a Chuck E. Cheese in there.
There was a
There
Chuck E.
was.
Cheese. My mom told me somebody's pigtails got cut off and we couldn't go there. I remember, and just so she knows, because I had braids and pigtails, so she told me that. So she never wanted to take me there. And I swear to God, I know it's a lie now because I read right through it now. It took me a lot of years. It's like my strawberry shortcake left at the vacation spot. I'm sure you didn't want me to have it anymore. But anyway,
Yeah.
Poor little
in
Christy
Caesar's
is
Bay,
figuring
I
all
think
this
we could
stuff out
do
now.
we could do a lot of history from just Caesar's Bay alone.
Absolutely.
From stores.
Yeah.
Because at one point they had Toys R Us, obviously
Babies R Us. Was Kmart there?
Kmart was
Yeah, I
there.
heard
Yeah.
that a Kmart was
we
there.
had Pizza D'Amore, which is still
Still
there.
there. And then More Fun the Arcade, that's
Yep.
where we went to.
And I heard there was like a not like a flea market in there.
No, that's what Caesar's Bay was.
Oh,
Yeah.
So like where Kohl's is where
Yep.
like the flea market was. Caesar's Bay was a flea market. They
And then
sold
this-
everything.
And then the stores built
And that was
around
cool.
it.
That was cool for us to go on the weekends, and they had like collectibles, but then they had cool stuff where people
Yeah.
started wearing the clothes and stuff like that from there.
It was awesome.
But just from that area, like over there, what else was there? Probably a Radio Shack, I think.
oh my God! Someone we were talking to didn't know what a Radio Shack was.
Yeah.
They didn't know what they sold. They were like,
What was Best Buy? Wallbounds, right? Pathmark, one of them.
Yeah,
What
Wallbound
one
was
of them?
on 82nd Street. I remember that 18th
Right.
Avenue.
But there was. I'm trying to think what else was over there. But
did you
most
guys
stores
have an
closed.
A&P with the A&P green stamps?
No, I think upstate New York maybe, but I think I've been to one upstate New York.
They
but
give
I'm
you
not
a
sure.
book, and every time you bought something, you would get X number of green stamps, and you could cash your green stamps in for whatever it was that, whatever they had on display at the front of the store. But the first fast food I think that came into my little area was a Wendy's. We had a Wendy's. We got a Wendy's before we got a Burger King and a McDonald's.
They had it was Pathmark.
It was Pathmark?
Caesar's Bay, yeah. They
I
had
was
Pergament.
right.
They had a Pergament. They had
What is that?
I don't
Well,
even know. I don't remember those.
Pergament. Pergament was like the store. There was a chain. Pergament was on 13th Avenue. It's like Pergament, so they sold stuff for the home.
No, I don't remember it, but I
Yeah,
could
me
have been
either.
much younger.
They had a Woolworth there.
Oh, Woolworth, I remember, but I remember the one on 18th Avenue.
18th Avenue. Where wasn't there an ice cream parlor? Like there was something I remember in Woolworth. You could sit at the counter and get an ice cream float or something.
That might have been very years ago. I used to go there for like the stuff to make the friendship bracelets. Remember those? Used to make them. But speaking of what's it called, Wendy's, we'll go to commercials.
Oh, I love it.
In 1984, Where's the Beef? That was a Wendy's commercial. It was one of the best commercials. That's got to be my favorite.
This is one of the things that I still have left over from Burger King when they were giving these away. The problem is they gave away a lot of glassware. McDonald's had the glasses set of like
those glasses
Star
were
Wars
worth of
but
the
they
Disney
break.
ones were the type of. I think we still have. Danny's mom had gave us some of the superhero ones, but the original, like the frosted glass, like nice, like those cups. She just found them.
Like the
Batman, we
Coca-Cola
have
ones.
Batman.
How did they even stay intact after all
I don't
these
know how
years?
she had them still, but when she was cleaning out the kitchen, she had them. Even the Flintstones mug.
Wow.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Alf, of course. There were
Loved
different.
Alf.
There were different Alfs. This is the rock and roll Alf. He has lived with me
He looks a
for
little.
many years, and I had to have.
So
him 'cause he had
bleep
a
me
guitar.
out. What?
But what about time to make the donuts?
What was that guy's
To
name?
make the donuts. From Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah,
I know it was Dunkin' Donuts.
I always should not have laughed, but I guiltily laughed at. I've fallen and I can't get up.
That was terrible.
That's not nice. though.
I
Now
know,
that-
but it was.
But I
like
let
at the
the
Because now
time.
when we fall and can't get up, you know
Right.
what's gonna happen.
No,
you know?
I'm looking at the commercials. I'm like, that lady's younger
Maybe
than
we're
me.
maybe right. We probably need one of those now. You know.
I know we do.
God. No. Now you could say, Alexa, call 911.
Yeah, you could.
Right.
Well, as long as she's not possessed and you unplug her.
And then she
Because then
goes,
she
"What-
doesn't work.
What is that? No, that's why when you sign up your Alexa, you could put the address.
Oh,
that it's
wait,
from.
I'm sorry. I have to do one more. Yo quiero Taco Bell.
It,
That's the
it sounded
old-
good on the commercial, but no.
You remember the Frito Bandito? He had like a headband tied around his mouth.
Budweiser.
Yeah, those frogs. They came later. Those frogs, the lizard, those were great. Yeah, Anheuser-Busch did a very, very nice job marketing.
Let's do a little. Let's explain our shirts first.
Oh,
I got my favorite 90210.
I got my favorite NKOTB, New Kids on the Block.
And I have
Somebody we never heard of.
Ever in my life.
Dangerous Toys, who didn't have that many hits, but it was a fun show.
What does the back of the shirt say?
Sporting a Woody. They always said something like that. I had so many T-shirts from back in the day. And I
That
was
must
like,
be why they were so popular.
Well, they were sporting a Woody.
Well, I would say let's do a little music. I would, obviously, Madonna. The Cranberries was my
Virgin.
favorite group. I liked Hole. And then I liked a lot of rap.
Well, me too. And I love New Kids on the Block and The Right Stuff and Please Don't Go Girl. They were my favorite songs. But then we love Salt and Pepper.
Right.
Salt.
What was your first
here.
concert?
Debbie
Jam.
Gibson.
You saw Debbie Gibson.
My aunt and uncle scalped better seats and traded in the tickets. So we sat right there. And my brother fell running to shake her hand. He's a bit of a geek. And
Sorry, brother.
but he loved her so much. Like it was like, and so did I.
Debbie
We
Gibson.
loved it. I think that was my first concert. And then I think New Kids on the Block followed and all that. But I mean, I didn't see Madonna till my older years when I could afford the tickets, and they were a lot of money.
Tickets at that time were like, I mean, you could see
Right, so if I
bands
spent
for
$400, I was sitting right there.
now you spent 4,000.
I was going through my ticket stubs. My first concert was Journey for their Escape tour, and they had, I think the Greg Kinn Band opened up, and the tickets were, I think, $15 plus a $2.50 service charge.
I'm sorry. When were you going through your ticket stubs?
The other day.
She still has them.
I
have some too.
I have nothing.
I have them in a book.
I don't have them out, but I know I have them.
But there were too many to put in a book. But it was funny. My daughter was looking through the book, and she was like, "This concert was $13. Like this, it was $10.50 to go see the Black Crowes."
I mean, I remember going to like in the city, that's still there, like smaller concert halls,
like
and
Irving Plaza,
and stuff like that. And I remember paying maybe $15 to see, and bands that really made it, like Pearl Jam and stuff like that. But I mean, as far as like seeing Madonna, I might have got really good seats with my friend Miuccia one year, and they were like $400 a piece.
Was that Madison Square Garden? Like she was already there?
No, we went to Jersey. I mean, it was
that theater.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really
because she started in New York, and she started probably in the really small clubs.
Well, I think it was at MetLife Stadium.
That's it.
Like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it was right over the bridge.
That wasn't her first rodeo.
Yeah, that's. But I mean, it was so different. I mean, New Kids on the Block though never went. I went a couple of times. Like I mean, it's even older. I went.
Yeah,
you know,
we all did. But I mean, we went to concerts at the Cotillion on 18th Avenue.
Right.
But my first real concert was Summer Jam. I used to go every year.
I mean, I used to go to KTU Beatstock.
I went there once.
Those are the big radio station concerts.
Yeah, like we used to go to the radio station. There was another one. I think Hot 97 had, other than Summer Jam, there was another one.
I don't know. I thought Summer Jam was Hot 97.
And Z100 was Jingle Ball.
Yeah.
Right?
I never went to Jingle Ball.
I mean, it was always like the radio ones were better because you could see a bunch of different ones, like Lollapalooza, like those. That was like
there was so many people that came. You know, always.
Yeah, I remember the first Ozfest, but I was older by the time that happened. You know, but I would go to a concert, I would try to go once, sometimes twice a week. I remember one time it was so cold out in Chicago, it was like -3. You used to take your battery inside for the night because you couldn't leave it in your car because it would never start in a million years. So you would take it inside. And my parents wouldn't let me go see REO Speedwagon because they thought I would get trapped in a snowstorm and I wouldn't be able to start my car and everything. And I was so mad. So I sat there and I listened to it on the radio and I was like just cursing the fact that I wasn't there. So what do you think? Is it better now?
Well, first of all, if you are a New Yorker, right, and you see a concert and you live to see a concert in Madison Square Garden, you'll never see another concert better than that.
Yeah, I think that
you have to agree with that.
I think artists put on their best shows when they're in Madison Square Garden because it's iconic.
It's also too, you know, as far as the Knicks never win a championship in my lifetime, but go to a Knicks game, go to a Ranger game. I mean,
I can't take my kids to sporting events. It's $1,000 a ticket.
There's nothing like the vibe in Madison Square Garden. You don't have to be a fan.
Yeah. I've been there before, but I feel like now I don't like being locked in. I don't like, you can't go out. Once you're in, you cannot leave.
I know. I took my mother to a Celine Dion concert. She had a panic attack.
Yeah, because you can't get out.
I'll never take
like
her to a
an
concert.
airplane, except
we're on the ground. Right. And they should let me out.
So now when I told, she keeps on saying, want to go see Air Supply. Do we remember Celine Dion?
Air Supply is playing at Madison Square Garden?
No.
Oh.
Like the Rocks, like somewhere in Long Island somewhere. I don't know. Yeah, she could go with Dr. Garda.
I'll go. You love Air Supply.
I never even
take her to an event and then you let me know how it goes.
Sorry, what's Air Supply?
I'm all out of love.
I'm
So lost without you. Okay.
That was one of those
They're
bands.
fantastic.
What did we miss that was a part of your back in the day story, or part of your back in the day places to go or things to do or whatever? Tell us what you like. Tell us what what you did. If it was something that we obviously missed, or maybe it was something that we didn't even know about at the time, we would love to hear from you. And in the comments, please let us know, because it's always fun, at least for me, to take a trip down memory lane.
And please follow, subscribe, and comment below.
Welcome to the family.